Let's go to Ron in Maumee.
Thank you, Ron.
Thomas.
Maumee is here with us.
I'm confused about the proper use, if any, of artificial intelligence. AI is permeating everything from the written word to the work of musicians and artists. In most cases, you can't tell what a human produced versus AI. Does the church offer any guidance on this, and are there some benefits in some cases? This is just everywhere right now.
And I was going to say, this is a topic, folks, that lots of people are in conversation about.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So if I may, I think this is not a erudite response, but I think I do want to say just from the get-go here, Ron, for all of us, the use of technology can either be for good or for evil. And I think that goes back, Ron, let's go back decades and decades and decades. Let's just look at that, Ron. For example, when, for example, the television first came about, right? There were all sorts of people who said, this is evil. This is going to produce evil. Well, it's all a question of its use. Then, of course, came about the computer, right? And all the things about this is going to be evil. Well, we can use it either for good or for evil. And we know the results. Then came the iPhone, right? And the telephone and all these apps and everything. It can be used for good or for evil.
Even goes back to electricity.
Well,
I said it about electricity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we have to first say this has been the response to technology across the board. And as reasonable persons and as Catholics, we have to say, I'm certain that there are good things that can be produced and the effects of artificial intelligence for the good of humanity. That's what we're about. And I'm sure, tragically and sadly, some will use it not for the good, but for evil. So that's just a note. One interesting, and I think it's a unique note, and I'm doing my show and tell, you might be aware, and this is something you can look up, that this is from the National Catholic Register, Catholic Answers pulls the plug on Father Justin, the AI priest. Well, you may know, folks, that this was all over the news in the Catholic blogosphere because Catholic Answers, which is a great resource, right? They had put up this AI. And Ron, could you tell the people what that stands for?
Artificial intelligence.
There you go. Artificial intelligence. Well, it's this artificial intelligence avatar, right? It's a fake, phony, almost like a cartoon of a priest. And then he said on the website, I was ordained in Rome. He can't be ordained. He's a created artificial intelligence. It's not real. Well, they took that down very, very quickly. And you could imagine the backlash. And then there was even this idea that, Father Justin became layman Justin. Well, I don't know if that's still on there answering questions, but I think it's important to note, and it's really helpful to us. Pope Francis is going to or did participate in a G7 session on artificial intelligence. Very clear to note the church's position that there has to be a decisive ethical contribution to AI framework. And I think that's critical. World Communications Day took the theme artificial intelligence and the wisdom of the heart. So I think we have to concentrate on that. The Pope and the Church share our perplexity. What's good? What's not? The Archbishop of Canterbury endorsed the Holy Fathers and Rome's call for AI ethics. So you understand, where are the ethics and working for human dignity of all of this? Some of you may know it's already sadly tragic that people are using AI for human trafficking and even for abusive things regarding the sexual abuse of children. There's been some call to actually have to have something listed on it, letters to say whether it's real or not real. Imagine. And I have to tell you, Word on Fire, which is Bishop Barron's, initiative, just fantastic. A whole edition of their new magazine on AI and things like AI relationships, screen time, and loneliness. So I direct you to all of those. And I hope, Ron, that tells you the church is very involved in making a response to this. And imagine that there would be these artificial intelligence relationships with people, or those who would keep you company, well, that's not real. And it certainly is not helping humanity. So that's, I hope, a helpful answer, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop.